know. Today's featured suggestion for my book giveaway, details to enter are in the bio, is walk across the Brooklyn Bridge at night. I don't know, y'all. Last week it was jaywalking, and now nighttime adventures? Last week, I interviewed Perla. She has been my neighbor for as long as I can remember, but in just a couple of weeks, she won't be. Like she said though, I may be far, but never alone. Perla taught me the value of a citizenship status, something she and many immigrants fight so hard to get. Today's interview is with Linda. Linda was my Madrina, or Godmother, for my primera comunión. She insisted, and since she is so close with her faith, mi mommy said she could be my Madrina. That's why today the question I chose from your suggestions is religion a huge part of your life? Stay tuned to hear some of the highlights from Linda's answers.
¿Más cafecito, mija? Hola, YouTube. Yo soy Linda y bienvenidos a mi casa. I don't think you've actually ever been to my house, have you? After all these years of knowing you and your mommy. Pues la verdad, me da gusto. Me da muchísima que enseñes la cara en mi casita, por fin. Claro que extraño a México. México lindo y querido. Siempre México. Our culture is beautiful. Yo amo a todo lo que es la tradición mexicana. Like the traditions in my home state of Nayarit. I mean, our culture is beautiful, you know? I love the beautiful food, the music, of course the dancing, but most of all, the food. And the people. I mean, they're so hospitable and helpful to their neighbors. That is something I miss about home a lot. I'm not saying I hate America by any means. No, me gusta este país. I don't mess with anybody and nobody messes with me. The first people I told I was leaving were my parents, and that was hard, especially my mom. Piénsalo bien. Ask your sister is what she told me all night long. Ask your sister if you were doing the right thing in leaving. Pregúntala y verá. Pero cuando alguien ya sabe que quieren venirse, when they already have it in their mind, there's nothing you can do to stop them. So I made arrangements with the coyote to help me get across. All I can tell you about that night is that I crossed so peacefully, mija. I couldn't tell you if it was desert or not. I fell asleep and woke up in the United States of America. I wasn't drugged. I wasn't unconscious. There was no force or no abuse. Simplemente me dio sueño. I fell asleep and woke up here. Así es como yo sé que Dios estaba conmigo. When I first arrived here, fue muy difícil. It took me a long time to adjust. Some people arrive in the U.S. on the right foot. They speak English or they have a job lined up, which makes the adjustment feel like a breeze. And that hasn't been my experience. The first years, I lived alone with my children. Esos fueron tiempos difíciles. But what do I care what I lived? I love this country because my children are here and because it never shut its doors on me. The first place I ever lived in California was in Compton. Un día, I was on my way home from taking my oldest daughter to school on the bus. And there was a lot of racial tension in the area at the time, so public transportation wasn't always safe, but it was our only option at the time. I noticed immediately that there was a group of women staring at me. The entire bus ride, I could feel them watching me, but honestly, you learn not to engage people in the bus, so I tried to mind my business and not pay attention to them. When the bus came to a stop, I tried to exit, but I suddenly felt them grab my hair. They pulled my hair from behind and dragged me to the ground. They punched me in the stomach. There were three of them, and I was pregnant with my daughter. They punched me, pulled my hair, kicked me. And yeah, they yelled a lot of racial things at me and warned me to never take that bus again. Me golpearon muy feo. No les importó que estaba embarazada. I remember picking myself up off the ground in the bus somehow and praying. I said, if something happens to my belly where my daughter is, it's because God wants it that way. He'll decide if she's born or not. I know, that sounds crazy to some people, but listen. If my daughter is truly mine and God wants her to give her to me, she will be born. And she was. Era mi ángel de Dios. So they couldn't take her away with hate when she was given to me from God with love. Por eso cuando me preguntan quién es mi héroe, Dios, y quién me inspira, Dios. And so if you practice from your heart, you don't need to go around telling everybody. Do it because it makes you happy, because it brings you peace. I do it because it makes me feel better to not be alone when I'm in bad situations. Like on that bus ride. Gracias, Estrella, for asking us about our stories. Honestly, I never talk about this anymore. I think it's important that you've understood what it means that your parents are immigrants. You should feel so proud of that, mija. Don't ever hide from saying that.